What's up, everybody? This is Robin Loxley of Hang Your Heroes. Um, I'm going to be making dinner right now, but I'm a chef, if you follow the channel at all. And I'm making a mushroom pesto pasta with a bunch of fresh ingredients. I'm drinking some wine at the same time. Today was Tuesday, and I went and had band practice with Redacted. So some clips are going to come out of that. I was able to groove a little bit. The guitar work is definitely not what I'm used to. What I might be doing is taking some of the more complex tunes I was doing and just do some instrumentals, and put those out for filmmakers, and just the instrumentals. See what Redacted can do with the drums on them, and I might put some lyrics to them eventually. But yeah. So, anyways, for dinner, I got some stuff. I got some mushrooms. I gotta wash them off still. Garlic, already peeled. I was gonna get fresh garlic so I could like show you guys the trick of how to peel garlic really easy. I might do that later on. I just moved here, and this is a really silly stove. So this is the first time I'm using the stove too. I'm prepping right now, so this is like in two parts. I'm just prepping right now, and then we'll go to the cooking. I got some Parmesan cheese. I don't know. I know someone's going to be like, there's a better brand out there. What you're looking for is a Parmesan that doesn't melt very easy. So that way, when it does, it turns like gooey more than melty, or melted through. And it binds to the parsley and the basil. So I got some basil. Got 1.5 ounces of basil. Got parsley. Got an onion. I'll show you guys how to brunoise an onion. And then I got a bunch of jalapenos. They're all not for tonight. I'm probably going to use one because I like some spice in the pesto. Yeah, probably just use one for right now. Alright. I'm also doing it a little bit different this time. To ward off certain unwanted spirits, I suppose. And it just tastes great. I'm switching over to coconut oil again. And so this is Luann coconut oil. I'm pretty sure someone's going to say there's a better coconut oil out there. But this is what I'm going to start doing, getting more into coconut again. I guess I can say before I got married, I was using a lot of coconut. And, I find my world has changed, and therefore I want to go back to what will keep others from touching me. So, I also got pine nuts. You can use cashews, pistachios, and things like that, but pine nuts are classic. So I'm going kind of classic. The toss-up in this pesto, of course, is the jalapeno and the coconut. And of course, because, they say I'm 50-50 German-Italian. Of course, someone can say I can do 23andMe, whatever. I'm 50-50 German-Italian. My Italian side was coming out, so I got some balsamic glaze. And you don't use a lot of this. So when you have the pesto, all you got to do is just right on top of it. And this will help cut through the cheese. It's kind of like adding wine to a cheese board. That's what this is. Also, I don't know if it's a toss-up, but I'm using thin spaghetti. I wanted the taste of spaghetti, but I wanted something thin like angel hair, so I went with thin spaghetti. All right, so let's start with the onion. Let me get a container. What do I want to use? We'll mix it too. Okay. Alright, so you got sides. You have this one with the root end and this one with the stem end. You want to keep this side. You're going to cut the butt of it off. And then you cut it in half again. Oh my god. Okay, so I was using this. This is my Uzuba. This is for like chopping vegetables and such, but it's a single bevel, and I don't know. I don't want to mess with it today. I don't know. So I switched over to my chef knife. This is a double bevel. This was one of the best chef knives I had, but to a knife sharpener, and I don't know if you can see, but I sharpened it wrong and I made it uneven, and it's sad. You know, the life. But I got the cabinet right here, so I'm trying to do this. So, all right. So what we're gonna do? Another container. We're gonna peel it, and it's all the preference how many layers you want to go. And if you're ever worried about crying while doing onions, the best way to not cry is to have a really, really sharp knife. The reason why you begin to cry is because your knife isn't sharp, and as you cut it, it splinters the onion and the juices cause a spray that go into the eyes. So if you have a really sharp knife and it cuts straight through, there is no juice to fly up anywhere. Now if you're cutting like a whole 5-gallon bucket that we sometimes used to have to do for a French onion, well, I didn't. Saute had to. Saute side would have to do like a 5-gallon bucket, and I mean they were crying by the end. But if you're doing like onions at home and you're a home chef, your eyes are not used to it, so. Oh, this is making me work for it. All right. All right, so you have your onion. There are a bunch of different ways to do this. This is how I do it. This is a professional way to do it. There are other professional ways to do it. Here we go. Okay? Now, I have two, so I'm going to cut them both ways. Okay? So, the first one is you're going to make cuts in the side. And supposedly, the thinner you want your onion slice, the more cuts you'll make. And you're trying to make these cuts go all the way to the back as best you can. La da da. Any stragglers fall. Let's just cut them up. You should stand at a chef board. All right, so you have your cuts going horizontally. Now we're going to go vertical. And again, the same theory applies. The smaller dice of onion, the more cuts you're going to make. And what you're looking to do is cut all the way down. If you cut and you leave like half the onion not cut through, as you go, you're going to create these big chunks. So the idea is to go like straight down as far as you can to the core, all the way down, and however else you're going to cut it. All right. Now, in a proper kitchen, you're also not drinking wine. Alright, so now that we have our vertical and horizontal lines in it, now we can just cut straight down. what you have is diced onions. That was stupid. I should have brought the container. Chef would be like, "Why'd you drop 3 pieces?" It's like, oh my goodness. Gotta think smart, efficiently. All right, I'm way too close to this onion. Oh my goodness. A fan on is a good idea. Any kind of ventilation. Because I'm recording right now, I don't have any fans on. So this is for you guys. All right, so normally you're left with like this piece. And what you can do is you can still see, I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but you'll still see where the grooves are of where you didn't get all the way down, because it would be really hard to do that, cutting the whole onion. So you can follow those same kind of grooves, and more now because we're working with less of the onion. And then we can just cut it on down. Okay. So then we're just left with the small piece. We can of course cut it down more. Well, you know, it's just me eating a whole onion, among other things, so, you know. I'm crying now. The other method that we can do is you have your onion, and it's there, and what you do is you just cut your lines down. And we're going to make these a little bit, we're going to make a lot of small lines. Because another idea behind cutting like really thin sliced things and then having also chunks of it is that the super small pieces in the oil pretty much dissolve to a large degree. Let's just say if we cut them really small, they dissolve. Kind of like garlic if you cut it really, really thin. And it flavors the oil and then it'll flavor the rest of the dish. So we have, you know, small diced. Now we're going to have what's going to be called like a mince. And all right, so we just cut it down that way. I'm not going to cut it this way, okay? Just so you can kind of see. And what we're doing is we're going to cut as thin as we can. Oh man, my eyes are like filling. Okay, so anyways, so what we have here is we got really, really thin garlic. That's just thin garlic. My eyes are making me talk silly. Guys, just have a sharp knife. Pros be damned. Okay, so yeah, and the fan in here doesn't work either. Only the AC. But yeah, that was butchered at the end. My eyes, man. Look at me, I'm crying. All right. Oh. All right, I'm gonna freshen up real quick. So, to air out, I just opened the door. So, just a few more moments. I'm gonna put my phone on the charger and go and vape for a few minutes and let the place air out. I'm gonna put my phone on the charger, it's almost dying, so I'm gonna do this in a few parts.